house today.
Of course. And we're very excited about our guest.
We have a little technical difficulty. Hang in there with us because you don't want to miss this guest. His name is Mr. Jamal Gasser. And he is with Muslims for Democracy and Experience. And we call him MDF. Thank you, Jamal, for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. Now, we always start at the beginning. Where were you born?
Okay. I was born in Egypt. Sometime I was raised after I graduated.
All right. How old were you when you came to the States?
After I got my bachelor degree, I had the chances to come to the United States.
You got to talk a little louder, brother. Come on.
Hmm?
Talk a little louder. Yes, there you go.
I had a chance to come to the United States to continue my study, and I came here, and I was very fortunate to have. I was fortunate to have met my first wife, and then I got my United States citizenship.
Okay, and both of you came over?
Huh?
And both of you came over to the States?
No, she is American.
Oh, she was already American.
African American
Okay.
sister. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's your African American. You never told me that about you. They said once you go black, you never go back.
That's
Uh-oh.
correct.
So that's beautiful, though.
Not always true. Okay. All right, so then you came to the States. What were you studying?
I actually was in Egypt. I had started my master's degree in computer science. That's 1970 something or
Wow.
80s.
Wow, we're
I
going
came
back
here
a
in
little bit.
1981, and I did not continue really the study. I started to work as I found work is more rewarding at that particular time when I was young, and I liked it over here. I was in California at that time actually,
Oh, okay.
and then we moved to the East Coast afterward.
Oh, great.
What city did you move to?
I was in San Francisco area, and then I moved into New York City.
That's my hometown.
Big city of dreams.
That's my
Where I had
hometown.
the
New
Big
York
Apple.
City,
Yes.
born and raised. Okay. And so who were you working for?
I worked for a company called Great America in San Jose before San Jose became the center of the whole world technically
Yes.
in technology. But then I moved into New York City, and I worked for Merrill Lynch. Merrill Lynch.
Merrill Lynch.
Yeah, Merrill Lynch at that time was on the top of the world.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like the
Absolutely.
Ain't no
top.
doubt about it. And that was big time for you. That's hot cotton, brother.
Yes. I remember the Federal Reserve Bank at that time wanted to put new rules to be tested, and they came to Merrill Lynch and asked Merrill Lynch if they can actually execute it before it was issued, the rule itself. And then Merrill Lynch didn't find anybody to do that except me. So I was helping the Federal Reserve Bank to really actually test the rules.
And
before
guess what?
they-
Oh, wow.
My father was working at the Federal Reserve Bank back then, and he actually retired from there.
Oh, wow.
33 Maiden Lane.
Small world.
Small world.
Oh, wow.
And then how long did you stay there?
I stayed with Merrill Lynch around 13 years or something like that, and then
Okay.
I needed to go back to Egypt for a few years and came back. Worked in New Jersey for a while, and then moved into Florida at the time.
So when did you come to the lovely state of Florida?
The lovely
Sunshine
state of
State.
Florida and the lovely city of Tampa. I moved into Tampa in 2009.
Okay.
Okay,
Still
not
a,
here
still
that
a
long.
newbie.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
not here. And then where'd you start working for when you came to Tampa?
I worked at Verizon. I did not work for Verizon. I worked at Verizon all the time since then until now.
Okay, you're still there. Okay.
As an independent contractor?
Yes, I am.
Oh, great.
Mhm.
And what type of work you do for them?
I still do IT support now. I used to do development. Now I do support since I became so old.
Oh,
No,
I
it's
see.
it's
But
more
I-
money
I-
and
no, I-
easier work.
More money, more
I
money.
of course provide my experience to the teams, and we support and make sure that our customers are happy all the time.
That is fantastic.
It's a great company.
Now,
to work with.
somewhere along the way, I think you got another wife.
Yes.
Dig in, Angela.
I met her.
Yeah. Well, I'm now with my third wife.
Oh, we
you got a
missed
long way to
one.
catch up with
Missed
me.
one.
I went to the well 6 times, brother. So
yeah.
you,
Really?
Yeah, as a
I
Mus-
mean, we are learning a lot in the show now.
As a Muslim, we try to be married all the time.
that's right.
So
I
as soon
see,
as
I
we
see.
Off, then we
Thank
get
you,
back
Gamal.
on.
But you just need make sure it's good marriages.
Yes, but even sometimes it's not good. It's a learning process, and you just get
Yes.
better and better as you go. Because
Okay.
I'm speaking for
Exactly.
myself.
Exactly.
All right.
No.
This
Copy
one's a
here.
keeper, right?
Yes,
She could
I
be
hope-
listening.
Oh, of course she is. She listening.
All right.
Very good.
All right. So you had a second wife. When did she come along?
Okay, the second one was I went to Egypt and married one wife of mine,
Okay.
and that's where I got all my kids.
How
Okay.
many kids do you have?
I have 3 boys,
Oh,
3
great.
men
Okay.
now. I should
3
say.
men.
3 men now.
Are
That's
they
great.
in Tampa?
Only one. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago, one of them got into a major car accident,
Oh wow.
Oh.
affecting him up
Oh.
until now.
Okay.
Wow.
And he's the one that I have right now at home.
Oh, I see.
The
Okay.
other 2, one of them in California and the other one in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So right now, somehow along the way, you got involved in something called MDF. How did that happen?
Okay, let me go one step backward a little bit to tell you how MDF got born.
And for our listeners,
Yes.
what MDF stand for?
Yeah, MDF is Muslims for Democracy and Fairness,
Okay.
or also we use it as Minorities for Democracy and Fairness.
Minorities also for
Right.
democracy and fairness.
Exactly.
All right.
With no minorities work, we are not considering ourselves doing the right thing for our larger community, the United States community or the Hillsborough County community. I have been always involved with the Muslim community since really early. In New York, for example, we were one of the pioneers to start a school, a weekend school for our kids to teach about Islam. That was 1983.
Okay.
And you
And-
started that in New York, you said?
Yes,
Okay.
New York City in Astoria. And
in Queens.
in Queens, correct.
Okay.
You got a New Yorker there, brother. She
Yes,
know.
I know. She's verifying. She's verifying what I'm doing. And then, since then I was involved with the community and, working to the betterness of our community. And, been in the leadership, not because I'm so big leader, just only because I look at the community and I wanted to improve that community, as opposed to most of us working hard.
All right. So let's move quickly on to what's your official title for MDF.
Okay, my official title, MDF consists of several small entities inside it.
Okay.
We have the C3, C4, and the PAC. For the C3 and C4, I'm a board member. For the PAC, I'm the chairman of the PAC.
Oh, you
this
are
is
the
this
chairman
of the
of the
board. You gonna get a whole lot of people excited, Andrew. If you're chairman of the board, we're gonna have to pull him to the side. And PAC, for those who don't know it and listen, it's a political action committee that endorses candidates and contribute to their campaigns.
And raises big money.
Money for them,
Yes.
and they bundle big money too, Angela.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about that. So how did you
The
end up
PAC's
getting that
all
position?
about the money.
Yes, of course. One of the what should I say? The fields that we are lacking as community is the political.
That's true.
And actually, we were told by more than one candidate that we have supported. Why don't you guys have a PAC? This happened to me when I was in New Jersey, actually, before
Oh,
even I come to.
really?
Yeah. And we support the candidate and we give them the money, rally around them, and then candidate would win and would take office and would give us no service.
Right.
They
Well, when
forget
we ask-
about you after they win.
No, it's not actually they forget about us. When we ask them, they say, okay, I cannot help you unless you guys have a pact. This is what has happened.
Which
oh,
I-
really?
This is what I- yeah.
They told you that unless you have a pack,
Right, because
they
what
can't do
happened-
things like what?
Let me tell you.
Okay.
If
We
there is-
want to hear this, Angela, don't we? 'Cause it sounds like con out of control to me. It sounds like
I'm
con.
listening. I'm
listening. We listen. We all ears on this because that don't sound too accurate to us.
What happened is that if a candidate becomes an official, and then he really, values your input with them and really values your friendship,
Yes.
sometimes they cannot help you because issues that are in front of the officials are not usually private issues. They're community-wide issues. So when they talk to you, they want you to talk in the name of your community, so he can give you the value. So the candidate, the official can say, the community of whatever is asking for this. But if I go to him as a private person, he cannot take my word.
Yeah, but we understand that. But the challenge I'm saying of that is you don't have to be a pack for a politician that get elected to do something. Hold on for a minute. That do something for the community. Don't have to be a pack. You just a simple. Let me give you a simple request.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose Angela, when she become kind of commissioner, asked her to set up a meeting with the administrator of Masjid Nasser and the county administrator. I ain't got to be no pack to ask her to, as a community, a masjid, to set up a meeting with the administrator.
Well, give us an example of something you might want to get accomplished and you need a pack for it.
Thank you. Good question.
Okay, let me give you an example. Say that I wanted to have Eid, the end of Ramadan celebration that we call Eid, one of the two
Eid.
most important.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the two most important 2 days, vacation days in the year for Muslims. Say that we wanted that day to be an official vacation day.
Holiday. That's how we see it.
So I cannot go to one of the officials and say, I want Eid to be an official holiday. He's going to tell me, okay, I understand, you're my friend, I understand what you're saying.
So they want
But
you to
this is
come with
not-
the power. They
He
want you to
want-
come
yeah,
with
he
the
want
might.
me to
They
come
want you
in the
to.
name of my community.
Okay.
Say, I want that.
They want to organize.
But that is
an
our
effort.
right. But
That's-
Angela, that's always people don't understand the political process. That's how you come. People don't come asking for things as an individual, Brother Gamal. They come asking for communities.
Exactly.
We had an issue with CARE
Exactly.
in CARE around the early 2000s.
Let's tell the people what CARE is.
Right, Council for Islamic American Relations, which is the Muslim civil rights organization, compared to the NAACP for the Muslim.
Okay.
But it's CARE. So we wanted to have certain days in the school calendar
Yes.
for Eid and Ramadan. Okay, so we went as a community, and at that time, Susan Valdez was the chair, and we got certain days on the school calendar. Ahmed Badir was the executive director for CARE, and we got it changed. But he never went there as Ahmed Badir. He went there as a CARE representing the Muslim community.
Okay, I'm
So-
sorry. And
CARE
maybe-
might have a pack too. We don't know, but
No, it's only
no,
it's only
CARE
one.
does-
It's two packs in here,
Right.
all right.
which is Engage and MDF. So
Oh,
we know
okay.
who the packs are.
Oh, we know. Okay.
Right.
Hey, can you believe our first segment is over already?
I believe it because it's exciting. We have in the studio with us, we have Gamal Gasser.
Gasser.
He's from Muslim for Democracy and Fairness. Come back. We'll be right back with him. We got some more questions. I'm in the studio with co-host Jarvis Elamine and our host, Miss Angela Birdsong.
Amen.
Tampa Bay Politics. We'll be back.
COVID-19. Like others with existing health issues, cancer patients are at a high risk due to their compromised condition. If you are newly diagnosed with cancer, your care likely can't wait. Moffitt Cancer Center is the best place for your cancer concerns and to provide guidance to help you plan your next steps. We're here for you. Call 1-888-456-2839 or go to moffitt.org/here for you.
In Touch Radio.
This is Joel Sylvain,
and Kevin Carr,
and we're with Power Moves, where celebrities, athletes, key influential executives
influencers,
share how they make money, how they attract power, and how they earn respect. Come join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Power Moves.
On In Touch Radio.
You've been injured, you deserve help from an attorney that knows how to handle your injury claim. This is Attorney Clinton Paris from the Law Office of Clinton Paris. For over a decade, I worked for insurance companies, and now I use that knowledge and experience to help people that have been injured. For a free consultation, call me, Attorney Clinton Paris, at 813-413-7924. That's 813-413-7924, or at parislawoffice.com. At the Law Office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt. Offices, Riverview.
All right, we back. This is Tampa Bay Politics with your co-host Jarvis Elamine and your host Miss Angela Birdsong. We have in the studio with us, we have Mr. Gamal Gasser. He's one of the board members and one of the founders, I believe, of the Muslim for Fairness and for Democracy and Fairness. And we want to talk to you now about the mission. Tell us about what is really the mission of MMDF and what's the vision, what you look for in the future.
Sure. The mission of MDF is to bridge the gap between our community, the Muslim community, and the political arena in the local area. We're not international, we're not national, we're not even entire state. We are very local, and we believe in working on the grassroots level.
That's great.
And you know, I want to tell you how important this is because I looked at the numbers. I'm running for county commission. And about 20% of the voters in District 2 are Muslim.
That's right. And that's a big number. And, like I said, you running to win. And I have been coming on board to talk to you, help you with your campaign. And I'm telling you, the Muslim is the key to you winning.
So
they're 20%.
This Muslim influence is very huge.
It is. And I want to ask him a question now. How long has MDF been in existence?
We started on 2018.
Okay, so they've been rolling for what? Let's talk about 4 years.
4 years on.
And now, tell us about this pack and what's the process of candidates like County Commissioner candidate Angela Birdsong. What's the process for you? It's a questionnaire. Once you go through a process to endorse them and then give them some money, because that's important.
All right. We just want to make sure that you understand that what we are doing here is to make sure that the candidate is positive candidate for the community of Muslim and minority in general. So the way we do that is that we make sure that that person is engaged with our community.
They're an ally. They're a friend.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. So yes, exactly. So that's what we always look for. So what we do is we send. Here is practically what we do. We send a questionnaire to every single candidate in
That's
the entire
running
area.
in the races.
We do not say Democrat or Republican or even
Independents.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I will send it all, and we see who is going to return back our questionnaire. Filled. Of course, our questionnaire is like few pages long. We also invite the candidate to events that are happening, like Ramadan iftars, like Eid, like other issues that we do with the
And
Muslims.
you have candidate forums, right?
We have candidate forums, we have galas, we have a lot of things that will happen, including, of course, meet and greets.
There you go.
that we
Where
do in
are
several
your
places.
mosques located?
We do not belong to one specific mosque. All the mosques in Tampa are our place of work. Well, we don't work in these mosques. But
Your
people
place
that
of
go to
worship.
yes. Yeah, no, the people that go to those mosques are the ones that we are targeting.
Right.
We
It's
do
a
not-
little different from the Christian community. The mosques is no membership. People go to certain mosques, but MDF represent all the 28, 29 mosques in the area.
Exactly.
So there's almost 30.
There's almost 30 mosques in the area.
Yes, around the Tampa.
So
in the
that
Tampa.
includes what area?
You got two major mosques in Sly and Temple Terrace, Qassam. And then you got Sulphur Springs, Masjid Nasser. Then you got Brandon. Then you got New Tampa. Then you got going out there toward Town and Country, Masjid Al-Ansar. And so you got mosques all over the community. Some that I don't even know. Like even you got on 30th Street, you got Masjid Abu Bakr,
Yes.
Yeah, so
Couple of
and you got Masjid Omar, 46 and Bush. It's all
Right.
coming to my mind now.
A couple of them on Del Mabry.
Just a couple
So,
of them
yes,
that I didn't even know
have-
about on
yeah,
their Mabry.
yeah. And few of them also. There's one in downtown, and
That's right. Just one
And-
downtown by Kennedy. I know that one.
and
but-
there's new one in Temple Terrace right now. Open Masjid Al-Rahma. So we have several masjid, and it's not only a masjid, but also we have Muslim schools. We have
Right.
major schools that are.
Angela know about that.
I've had the pleasure of visiting AYA,
Okay, very
American
good.
Youth
That's the new
Academy.
one, yes.
which is in Temple Terrace.
Tell us about that
Exactly.
event you went to.
And that was mind blowing.
It was.
Mashallah.
They raised $4 million.
One set.
What?
DJ CEO.
Why we sitting?
At the dinner for the school. And you know what? Children are our best investment. So I was very pleased to see it. I took a tour of the entire building, and they're doing awesome things there. They're not only are they getting their Muslim education, but they are, I believe, they're a charter school.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Yes.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are.
So they have they're going to come out with great educations, and they're going to be. I don't know why they're afraid of Muslims, because these guys are going to be productive citizens of our community.
And highly educated. So let's move on. That school, and Angela, I must say, I saw you there. I was there, and you was working the room like an old-fashioned politician. I mean, you worked the room, and you came out with great connections. And you worked the room so hard, you were asking me about Muslims that I didn't even know, and I was so proud of you because you were
thank you.
doing your thing, you were working the room, and nobody had to tell you to do that. And people call me.
Those are my people.
I know, and people call me and
You
say,
know why? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
you got it. And they call me to say, do you know this Angela Birdsong? She the real deal. She came to my table. She taught the sisters love you, and the brothers as well. But they love you. But I want to move quick because
Glad to hear that.
yeah, these segments go fast. Now, here's what I want to talk about. I look at the Muslim community as an emerging electorate, that comes out and vote in a block. So we've been around now in the political process before even MDF started. Brother Hakeem, myself, was the pioneers in getting Muslims involved in politics in
Absolutely.
Tampa. It was me and Brother Hakeem the
Yep.
Dream that ran for state rep against Betty Reed some years ago. But when we first started talking about getting Muslims involved in politics, they're telling us it's haram, it's forbidden, the Muslims don't do this, and blah, blah, blah. And so we got them involved in politics. Now, what is the turnout? What percentage do we turn out the Muslim vote in these elections?
Okay, what I did not tell you after you asked me is exactly what our aims are. So we
Okay.
have two aims.
Okay.
Aim number one is actually to wake up our community,
Very
to
good.
actually get them to be 100% engaged. Well, I would take 50%.
Did you say the candidate?
No,
Or your
The
electorate?
community
Your
itself.
community.
Yeah, the
Okay.
community. I want
them
the
engaged.
community to get engaged.
Okay.
To really be interested in the candidates, to really be interested in the issues,
And
to really
informed.
interested
In the
voting,
political process.
Voting, yeah, that's what we really our number one aim,
Okay.
which we happen to be not very successful because our community is still an immigrant community,
But
in a big part.
I kind of differ with you. Even being a young electorate, they not as engaged as they should be, but they real engaged, and those that engaged turns out, and that's what I want to get
the
to.
young.
Yes, but those
Oh.
that are engaged, Kamel, what percentage they turn out? Because I do have that number, and I want to see if your numbers match mine.
Okay. Let's break it down because I cannot tell you the number right away. We have about 40 to 30% of the Muslims that have the right to vote registered to vote.
That's big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's big if you
So,
compare that
There's
to
about
Latinos.
20,000 in my district, which
20,000 in Temperatures alone.
is in Temple Terrace alone.
Yes. Not even counting New Tampa.
All right, those kind of numbers can flip races.
That's my
Yeah.
point. And that's what I want our guests to understand. Then that's a big number you just said.
That's a big number.
Because
And
he said that 35 to 40% of the Muslims are registered voters. That's a big
that,
number.
yeah,
Okay.
that have the right to vote
And they
are
registered.
Are registered.
Okay.
Now, out of those, if we can get 50% of them to vote, we'll be very, very happy.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you what happened in the last election. Maybe Brother Gamal don't know
Okay.
this. The last election, Muslims came out 65%.
Wow.
The turnout for Muslims came out 65%.
And that was for the
65%.
mayoral
Oh, I
race.
didn't know
You're
that.
talking
You
about the
didn't know that.
mayoral
I didn't know
race?
that.
For the last mayoral election.
Okay.
65% Muslim turnout. And prior to that, when Bullhorn ran, it was the Muslims who got Bullhorn in. Nobody talks about that because he won New Tampa, big time, and it was mostly Muslims in New Tampa that got him to win. So I work with Engage to have the data, young people that do the data.
Let's explain what Engage is.
Engage is another civic engage political education organization similar.
And that's a PAC, and it is national.
Yeah, it's a national PAC.
Yes.
And we know all politics are local, so MDF deal with local, but this is a national PAC. We have people that's in the Biden administration that come out of Engage, which is Brother Farouk. He works for the Department of Defense.
Right.
And you're looking at the man who introduced him to the political process.
Oh,
he was a 19-year-old kid.
He used to live here
lived in Tampa and worked he was going to SF. He's come on the corner with me and Hakeem Columbus Drive, and we got him involved. The first campaign, Janet Cruz was the campaign manager for Bullhorn the first time he ran. And we got him to get through to do phone banking. And that's how this political process started. I want to give people a little background and history.
Yes,
but
that's very important.
65% is a big number of turnout. So, Angela, from that point, now we need to talk about the PAC. So I'm going to give you this PAC because the PAC should be and is a very interest to Angela Birdsong, County Commissioner candidate for District 2.
Candidates care about PACs.
That's right.
Now, I will tell you this. When a candidate is running, there are limitations on how much each person can give as an individual. Okay? So for my particular race, 1,000 is the maximum. Now, a wife is different from a husband. A child is different from their parents. So it's each individual person. However, PACs are not limited. This is why we like PACs.
All right. Yeah. And if you want to give some money directly to Angela, just go to angelabirdsong.com.
Hey, thanks for that.
So now all I want to say now is that the PAC, we want to talk to you because you're the chairman of the board for the PAC. So tell Angela and tell me how that process works and how you can bundle money and get Muslim people together to do meet and greets and receptions for her and bundle the money.
Here is our process in a nutshell.
Okay.
After we send you the questionnaire, we receive it back, we analyze it, and then we ask you to come for a one-to-one. Now, during the one-on-one, we meet with you. We meet with everyone. Last election, we must have met with like 50. So
50.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So we give you in detail what the Muslim community is and what are our issues, and we hear from you all of the things. I would tell you what we expect of you as a candidate if you win, how you're gonna be,
accountability,
an ally.
Yes.
Hold them accountable.
Exactly. And we give you one document that you sign, saying that you are going to do when you are going to be on the office.
All right. So we got 60 seconds. So
right, yes,
wind it up real quick. We want to hear this before we go to the break.
And then what we do is at the very end we end up with favorite candidates. We bring them down we select one for every single seat.
I see.
And
which they did select me.
Yes, we have selected you. We knew 100%.
She got endorsed the last time.
I did.
Well, no, the point is that we knew 100% she's not going to win. But we still endorsed her, and we ask our people to vote for her. Why? Because she has the character that we're looking for.
Okay.
We're not running and looking for the winner. No, we're not doing that. We are looking for we are looking for improving the government by instilling inside the government the good people that we think they are.
Thank you.
Well, let me make this clear. Angela Birdsong declared her the candidacy, and she coming to win. She's not coming to do nothing else but win, because everything else don't count. The only thing in life counts is results. We have in the studio with us, we have Gamal Gasser, co-founder of Muslims for Democracy and Fairness. This is Jarvis Elamine, your co-host, and Angela Birdsong, our host. We will be right back.
Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer. I got the men to do the legwork for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe we. 100 down 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking care of state of Florida. Grab a pen or sun down 184-361 Rick. That's 184. 361-7425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, plus your boy statewide. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 1-800-361-RICK. Call Ricky, ask Ricky. It's a legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims and getting you the best medical treatment and recovery. Dial 1-844-361-RICK. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky. Ask Ricky.
We're playing your favorite old school. Today's R&B. With a smooth touch of jazz. You're listening to In Touch Radio.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecues? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
We have an exciting guest with us because we don't usually get to speak to the Muslim community directly.
Well, we got a chance today. We want to say we're glad to have Brother Gamal Gass in the studio with us. He's the co-founder and board member of Muslim for Democracy and Fairness. And we also want to let you know these segments are 15-minute segments, and we're looking for sponsors to get to this exciting audience. We have a broad Facebook Live audience. You can also reach us on TuneIn. And you can go to intouchnews.com to connect with us. But you want to get your message out to a vibrant, active audience, call me at 813-787-6652. Once again, 813-787-6652. Or if you have any questions or concerns that you would like to text to me while we're on the air, you can call that same number, 813-787-6652. I'm going to turn it over to my host, my co-host, Angela. Talk to Gamal about that concern that you were talking about.
Well, you know, I'm so happy that you support candidates based on their worth, because they don't always win the first time, right? It takes, sometimes they have to run again or sometimes 3 times. You know, we don't know how long it's going to take. But if you support a person because they're the best person and they're your ally, that is the right track to be on. But tell me this, have you ever supported some candidates that you feel the Muslim people really helped them win?
Yes, go and ask the commissioners. Almost all of those wonderful commissioners, ladies.
Pat Kemp?
All of them.
Mariella Smith?
Mariel,
Kimberly Overman, I know you all supported her.
All of them. We have supported those people. They win while we are,
Harry Cohen?
No.
Oh, not Harry.
No.
Okay.
They went with Jim McDonough.
Yes.
The other pack endorsed Harry.
Oh.
And also we go and ask the council of Temple Terrace. You will find them
yes,
all
the city of Temple Terrace has their own city council.
Exactly.
And they have a city manager form of government, where the city manager runs the city.
I see.
Yep, absolutely. Also, if you look at the Tampa Council, also you will find
the
us.
city of Tampa has their city council.
Yes, Luis Vieira and all of the group.
Luis Vieira, he represents New Tampa.
Exactly. He's like a regular in our mosque. He himself asked them several times, and and many of the other.
He's a worker, Luis Vieira.
Yes,
yeah,
and I think he endorsed Orlando Goose as well.
Yes, we have.
Orlando,
yes, we have.
Yes.
So, so many of those we have. What we do is we don't only put them in our list of endorsed people. We support them with money. We actually go down and talk to the people that are going to the voting themselves, who produce slate card and we distribute them everywhere.
Stop
So
on that.
you have a slate card.
Right. So now that should get me and Angela excited. Slate cards are very, very important for this community, Angela, because these people don't understand the political process. They depend solely on MDF to direct them who to vote for. Here's what I want to say.
I would say the same thing happens with the Democratic Black Caucus too.
It is. And not just Democratic Black Caucus. Other people in the black community have a slate card
These
as
slate
well.
cards are important.
And the biggest slate card is our the other newspaper in this town. They do their
The
little slate
Sentinel.
card. The Black News, they tear out the thing. And I talked to the DJ CEO a while back. If you remember that conversation, I said,
That would be Daryl
he said-
Johnson, our president.
I know. And I told Daryl, I said, Daryl, you need to get an editorial board and start endorsing candidates so they can tear out the candidates, and that make you valuable for advertising as well. So what I want to say to you, brother, is this. I experienced something that's very popular in our community, that they let everybody stay in their lane. So if you go to a mosque now, say you go to Brandon and talk about politics, trying to get them involved in politics, they're going to send you to the MDF. All of them send you to MDF. So with all that power you got, the question becomes now, how do a candidate in a campaign get to go to a mosque just for a meet and greet, just to meet the people at the mosque on a Friday congregation? Because all of them going to send us back to MDF. What's your process of making that happen for a candidate?
Okay, we do get a lot of requests from candidates that they want to do the meet and greet. What we try to do always is to have that particular event inside the mosque. So we get all of those candidates that belong to that particular area, and then have them come to that this mosque, or in that mosque will be a different group of people, and so that's what we usually do, and that's what we intend to do this.
Yeah, that was my next question. So would you follow up, if you have any dates or any idea how close that is, because we got an election in November. Some of these people that's running for November.
And we got our
November.
August primary.
I just
Let's
said
not
that.
forget.
And I was going to say that, and she's right. And some of them have an August primary, and Angela beat me to the punch.
Not
So
all.
how soon are some of these meet and greets going to happen? Because their campaigns calling me. You know,
We-
because they know I'm a Muslim. They, as a political empowerment activist, they want to know when they can get to Kassan, when they can come to Brandon, when they can
Right.
go to New Tampa, when they can go here, go there. Talk to us, brother. Well, we want to know.
All right, so
Inquiring minds want to know.
the meet and greet is two levels. The level of the primary and the level of the general, because it's different group of people actually, and we do it. Actually, we try to do it before even the election starts, because there is a lot of pre-election that happens, and people need to go to early voting sometimes. So we try to even beat that too. Unfortunately, this year Ramadan came and just be in the middle of the process. We're just starting after that, but you can expect all of our events is going to be happening during June, or if not, starting this month. And
That's exciting for us.
Yeah.
June is right around the corner.
That's
Exactly.
right.
We're right around the corner.
And we need to get people registered, and like you said,
Right.
early voting.
Early voting is
is
coming.
going to start.
That's right.
Exactly.
And Angela, for your, just want to ask you a question. FYI, do you have a primary, or are you just going straight to
Right
November?
now, I do not have a primary opponent.
Okay.
They have till June to qualify.
Okay, what day in June? Because we need to know that.
I know it's the middle of June.
Okay, I think I got out my civic engagement. He got the actual facts here. All right, so that's why it's always good to have somebody with the actual facts. What it is, talk to me, Gamal. He got it.
Yeah. All right. So early voting is gonna be 8/21.
August 21st, we're going to start early voting for the
Okay.
primary.
Deadline to register is 7/25.
All right, so everybody has to be registered
by
by the
7/25.
25th
And
of
qualifying
July.
date. Do you have a qualifying date on that June what?
No, I'm
He
sorry. I
may
did
not,
get
because
the-
that's a
May not.
candidate
That's
thing.
candidate thing. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, but it's in June sometime. Let's just say
Yeah.
the middle of June.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking forward to the Muslim community, particularly MDF, getting involved in meeting greets somewhere around the middle of June or the last
yes,
of June.
exactly. June.
That's
yes.
safe. That's
Is
safe
that
because
safe?
you know by then that who is a qualified candidate.
Right. Because really the games begin when everybody qualified.
Right.
So right now everybody Peter Pat. Everybody but Angela Birdsong. She's not Peter Pat. She's working now like they're in tomorrow's election day. I give her a lot of credit.
Right.
She is a worker.
Yes.
Angela, you work the room, you know how to do it. You everywhere we want to be. And on that note, let's talk about your Caribbean kickoff. Caribbean kickoff for Angela Birdsong campaign, Tuesday, May 31st, Memorial Weekend, 5:30 at Jerk Hut. That's 12. Y'all know where's there. You'll get that old good curry
Fowler
chicken.
Avenue.
Fowler Avenue, 1241 East Fowler.
He got different locations now, but it's gonna be at the main one.
We're gonna be at the. Oh, Angela wanna make me know. I'm at the big one. I ain't at the little ones. I'm at the big one. And you supposed to say that.
All
Because
right.
you're big and large and in charge. That's going to be Tuesday, May 31st, Caribbean kickoff. And I want you to look at this very carefully. Look at that very carefully, Gamal. Look at that carefully. I want that word to be Muslim.
Okay. All right.
That's what I want.
You know what? He just let the cat out the
Yeah.
bag. I'm going to have a Muslim kickoff.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's no better time to ask DJ CEO. You got the man, the mover and the shaker, the man that can get it done in the house. Because all the other 27, 8, 29 miles going to send us back to him anyway. So I know since the pity patty with this. Just think about it.
Because I love my people in the Muslim community.
She do, and the Muslim community loves you. And I want to say to you, brother, that this is very, very important because this is a race that we can claim victory on. She cannot win this race without New Tampa and Tampa terrorists. She cannot win New Tampa and Tampa terrorists without the Muslim. Now, if the Muslim, let me tell you this, I'm going to let another cat out the bed. I asked her straight up, and I always talk to you and Dr. Semir about this. I say, sister, are you committed to hiring a Muslim staffer as a legislative aide? I asked her that right up front. You know what she said?
It's
Absolutely.
all right with me.
She says, all right with her. And that is an answer we don't get clearly from other candidates, especially on the other side of the aisle. And I want to say to you, brother, please take the 24 hours, 48-hour sleep test and think about this. Think about the Muslim
Well, I'm
kickoff.
gonna. You know
I
what?
promise well.
This is a question I'm going to bring up because we know on the other side of the aisle, they have been stoking fear, saying that there are terrorists in our midst because we have mosques in our midst. Do you want to address that?
Well, I cannot address somebody is trying to instill fear on other people. This is like gonna hunt them eventually. We are not terrorists. We are. If you really check our community, you're gonna find us most educated, much working hard,
and peace loving.
and peace loving, and
peace
we do
loving.
business.
I think it's
and
important
it's
for
like
you to just
community.
hit that hard.
Let me say something about that. 'Cause
All right,
I am
go
a
ahead.
Muslim.
Go ahead.
Even though I'm the co-host, I'm a Muslim, though. Let me make this very clear to the audience. I want to look in the camera and say this. The really true terrorist organization in America is the Christian Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. That's the real terrorists. Now, if you want anything other than that, it's terror. Now, let me say to you, the listening audience, there are people among our community that go off the path and do bad things, and we condemn that kind of behavior. Just like you got people that go off the path and do bad things in the Christian and the Jewish community. But we are not no terrorists. We're peace-loving people. As a matter of fact, Assalamu alaikum means peace. May the peace of God be upon you. Islam means those who submit to Allah's will, to God's will, and become in a peaceful state. So it's peace. So we're all about peace. So we're going to go ahead and I want to make that clear. Is that clear enough to you, Angela?
That is clear.
We have in the studio with
because
us.
the other side is real.
Yeah, it's the other side that's real. And we cleared it up. And I want to say that this is Tampa Bay Politics with your co-host Jarvis Elamine and Angela Birdsong. We have in the studio with us Gamal Gasser, the co-founder and board member of Muslim for Democracy and Fairness. We will be right back.
And yeah.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call Herman White at 961-6661. That's 961-6661.
Jazz at Miss Connie's House is brought to you by Ray Williams Funeral Home, providing the highest quality, professional, and caring service for your family. Call Jeffrey Rhodes at 813-253-3419. That's 813-253-3419. Or visit him at 301 North Howard Avenue, Tampa, Florida. Ray Williams Funeral Home for the finest care and quality service.
You've been injured, you You deserve help from an attorney that knows how to handle your injury claim. This is Attorney Clinton Paris from the Law Office of Clinton Paris. For over a decade, I worked for insurance companies, and now I use that knowledge and experience to help people that have been injured. For a free consultation, call me, Attorney Clinton Paris, at 813-413-7924. That's 813-413-7924, or at parislawoffice.com. At the Law Office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt. Offices, Riverview.
All right, we're back. Charles Elamine, co-host of Tampa Bay Politics, and host Miss Angela Birdsong. We have in the studio with us Brother Jamal Gasser, co-founder and board member of MDF, Muslim for Democracy and Fairness. This is our last segment, Angela. It went fast.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, it says we're having fun. You know, it just goes fast. But those who want to sponsor,
and a great guest.
great guest, been a wonderful guest. You're right about that. Fantastic. Thank you for being here. And also, we want to say those that want to sponsor one of these exciting segments, you better get on the phone. If you're serious or you're curious, if you're serious, you better call 813-787-6652, and we're going to work with you and get you to our active, moving, great audience to promote your product or
It's
service.
only going to get better from here.
It only can go up, and up is the way to go. So I want to say that I am the co-founder and founding board member of Masjid Al-Nasr. Is your community mosque. It's at 905 East Skagway. It's in Sulphur Springs, one of the most impoverished communities in the city of Tampa. The census tract, people living off less than $15,000 a year. So we have 7 major initiatives to make the community better, and that's why I talk about Muslims being outreach. We have a food pantry where we give away fresh food and meat.
Wonderful.
Every Saturday from 1 to 3.
That's major right now.
That's right, very major, and that's a food desert as well. We also have a youth mentoring program with young black boys, talking to them about conflict resolution, self-esteem, black manhood, and we do that every Saturday as well. And we also have a bike giveaway, turkey giveaway, book bag giveaway, panel discussion, and a yearly health fair. So we're a part of the community to making the community better, and that's what we want to always be involved in. Our collaborative partner is Qassam Mosque in Tempe Terrace. Our other collaborative partner is Islamic Society of Tampa Bay. And also our collaborative partner is African American Muslim Alliance with Sister Shakira. So we want to be working with other Muslim
and the
organizations.
Qassam Mosque is off of Sly, right?
No, Qassam Mosque is where you went to the school at.
Oh, okay.
That's Qassam.
So that is off of Fletcher.
Right.
And
130th Avenue.
Okay.
And so that's Qassam Mosque where American Youth Academy is on that campus.
I see.
A $13 million new building that's beautiful.
$13 million.
$13
We said million now.
We said million. And we see them, DJCO, raise $4 million in one set.
In one night.
One night, you know. And we, at our annual fundraiser with Masjid Al-Nasr, as a predominant African-American mosque, we raised $43,000 in one night with Imam Siraj from your city, from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York.
And,
I will
that was
tell you
real nice.
something that my ex-husband, who was a musician, was very close with Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
And they loved the work that they were doing in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay, they cleaned up some streets in Brooklyn, and that is no small feat.
No, that was Imam Siraj Wahaj. He's also is the founder, and he's the founder of Masjid At-Taqwa in Brooklyn, off of 4th Street. He's a beautiful scholar. Matter of fact, he will be in Orlando Memorial Day weekend. He will be at the Islamic Center in Goldenrod. So
because they can say what they want about the Muslims, but they patrolled their neighborhoods. There was no craziness going on in their neighborhood.
No, we are obligated to do that, and so we are very interested in having a safe community, and that's why we're looking to work with the new chief of police, Chief O'Connor. We're looking to work with Sheriff Chad Cronister to make and stop this senseless gun violence. We have a meeting with Brother Richard and the police chief and Brother Richard, who's the chairman of the board for Masjid
Well,
Al-Nasr.
I have faith in you. The Muslims can do it.
Right, and he's a former law enforcement, so he can also be meeting with the sheriff. So let's talk about, we just come off Ramadan, which is a real high holy day for the Muslims. Tell us about, how was your Ramadan? Ramadan, Eid Mubarak? Eid Mubarak. How was your Ramadan?
Ramadan was a fantastic time. We have Ramadan every year, and we wait for it from year to year. That's the time where you get closer to your God and really start thinking about yourself in the middle of the universe and how you are serving yourself and your community. By coming closer, you read Quran, you do a lot of prayer, you wake up in the middle of the night to do the suhoor, which is the eating
You mean
period
like midnight
before.
or 2 in the morning? Or what do you?
Yes, we use these days we wake up around 4 because 5 o'clock you cut it off and you continue fasting until you get to the iftar, which happens after when the sun sets around 8 o'clock p.m. We like to do the iftar together, so people come from different families together, and we eat together, and it's like a continuous holiday for a whole month.
Well, let me just explain it to the
Wow.
listener
Oh,
audience and our viewing audience. Ramadan, where we don't have no food, no sexual activity, no water in the daylight hours. And sexual activity, which are legal made, of course. And so we get up before the sun rises in the morning. We have what we call what he's talking about suhoor. We have a light breakfast, and you don't eat no more till the sun go down and break the fast. It's called iftar.
Right.
And this year we had an iftar with Mayor Castor at the restaurant over there.
Petra.
Petra, thank you, on Kennedy, and had a private iftar with her. It's sponsored by the city of Tampa. We also had an iftar with President Biden. It's on YouTube.
Really?
This is probably the 4th or 5th iftar at the White House. We had it every year during President Obama when he was there.
Yep.
You know, because his father was a Muslim. His
Okay.
middle name was Hussein,
Yes.
which is one of the grandsons of the Prophet. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. So we Ramadan, and then after all of the Ramadan and all of the fasting and all of the benefits, the spiritual benefits, the health benefits, and then after that we celebrate Eid, called a reoccurring happiness. That's the literal meaning of Eid. Let's talk about Eid and what that means, so I'll educate our listening audience.
Well,
our viewing
thank you for
audience.
that, because most of us really don't understand the Muslim holidays.
That's right.
Yes.
So we only have two major holidays. One, the sacrifice of Abraham, when God ordered him to sacrifice his son. Eid al-Adha, then we that one, and then we have Eid al-Fitr, which is the one of Ramadan. So I want you to tell me about your Eid, where you celebrated Eid at, and where you did the prayer. Cause we have to break the fast with the prayer that morning. After 30 days of fasting, not eating, then we wake up that day.
30 days of
30 days.
fasting?
30 days of fasting.
Fasting every
Yeah.
day.
It's a
During the
spiritual
day.
checkup from the neck up.
Wow.
It's very also useful for your health. But
Yes.
Eid is the celebration that we do after a major act of worship. So Ramadan is a major act of worship where you spend the whole month doing the prayer, extra prayer, you're doing the fasting, and you're doing all of that. As soon as you finish that, you celebrate the fact that you have accomplished what God have asked you to do, and you are required to do the Eid on the day after Ramadan. The second Eid also, which Eid al-Adha you mentioned, is also the same thing after a major worship area, which is when people go to do Hajj
Right.
at Saudi Arabia, Mecca.
Right. Same
So
trip
pe-
that
yes.
Minister Malcolm made.
Right, exactly. So after they finish
So is
that
every
Hajj,
Muslim, their goal is to go to the Hajj, to go
is-
to Saudi Arabia at least
it
once?
is no, it is it's one of the obligatory items of Islam. There is 5 of them. One of them is to go to Hajj once in
In their
his
lifetime.
lifetime,
If you can afford it.
if you can. afford
Okay.
it. If you stopped or you don't have the money or you don't have the health, then it's not obligatory.
And I'm glad he said that. And even with Ramadan, if you have health challenges, then you exempt, but you have to feed a poor person every day for 30 days.
Oh,
So if you got
really?
sugar diabetes and you can't do it, you just had a stroke and you can't do it, you're not off the hook. You got to
still
feed.
have to
You
feed
have to
one
feed
person.
somebody, one person.
Well, there is no
every day.
shortage of poor and homeless.
So Ramadan,
So just
the-
pick one.
right? The poor and homeless, they know when Ramadan is, because you go to any place where homeless hang out at, they know. They see the kufis, they see the hijabs coming, because the Muslims find the homeless in Ramadan. Because the
That is
blessings
wonderful.
increase 10 times. If I did some good in Ramadan, I'm going to get 10 times the blessing. If I gave $10, Allah, God count that as me giving $100. So it's 10 times the blessings. And so we are very serious about Ramadan. One thing I can say about the Islamic faith, people take it serious. And that's one of the reasons I became a part of it.
Let me make shout out to Brother Hatim. He actually, I think, invented the food for everybody when we have the pandemic in
Yes.
2020.
The grab and go.
Right.
Right.
So he has this food distribution that he had to everybody anywhere.
Where's
in this-
that?
Yes,
That's
was
at Qassam.
that I was in Qassam. It was
And
every
They're
single
still doing
day.
it?
No, this was during Ramadan when they give out food to grab and go because it started
Oh,
in
I
the
see.
pandemic. And
Okay.
Hatem, let me just make Hatem. Yeah, shout out to Hatem. He's the Hatem Fazil. He is the business manager for Qassam. I've known him since the early 90s with him and Dr. Seminarian and Brother Noor. I know them a long time. I met them in 1986. That's how long I know them. I've been associated with Qassam. So I know the history. But Hatem is a great, and that's one of the most active and most resourceful mosques in the community. Them and Islamic Society of Tampa Bay. The two largest mosques.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
they're doing great things. That school is very impressive.
And we have three private full-time schools in the Tampa Bay area.
Okay.
Islamic Society of Tampa Bay got one across the street. It's another school, and it's another school that's at Qassam. I think we were almost winding down. I'm gonna throw it back to my
3
host.
minutes.
Yes, it's winding down. So we winding down. Anything that you would like to say before we closing remarks?
I only wanted to let everybody be encouraged to really be engaged in politics, really find for themselves who the good candidate is. You need to concentrate yourself. It's an obligation. If you value your future, if you value your children, you have to have in the government people that you select by yourself. Otherwise, you're going to get some of those very difficult people that gets into government and look only for themselves.
Well, let me tell you something. He hit it on the head.
He did.
Boy, look at he couldn't have did no better
You
than
know
me
what?
and you,
It's
Angela.
it's about us.
It's about us. And let me tell you something. We know what a bad candidate is. 45. We know what a bad candidate. 45. We know a bad candidate.
But you know
Baby
what?
45 and tell her. We know about a bad candidate. 45. We know about a bad candidate. Baby 45.
Marjorie
And
Taylor
Tallahassee.
Greene, Josh Hawley.
We know about a bad candidate.
These people are getting in, and it is a concerted effort now to get as many of these bad guys into supervisor of elections.
And not only that,
Do
the
you know what
laws
that
been changed.
means?
They changing the laws and stopping our ability to vote.
We know what it means for voter suppression in
That's right.
the state of Florida. All right, all these things are real. They're trying to pick up your drop boxes.
That's right.
They're trying to make it harder for black and brown people to vote.
And Muslims too. To vote. And saying that you
Yes.
can't get somebody water while they're in the line. And so these are the things
Who are they after when they do these things?
Well,
We know.
we know they're after African Americans, Latinos, and other minorities.
Elderly people too.
And older people, our seniors. And let me tell you something. If you say that you're not involved in politics, if you got a Social Security card, you're involved in politics.
Amen.
You ain't involved. You're not dead until you got a death certificate, and you're not born until you got a birth certificate. And all that's
Medicare,
political.
Medicaid, day after that too.
That's right, and that's politics. So we need you to understand those dates. We have the primary date. Give us those dates again. The primary election is August the what now? August the 23rd. Early voting start August the 8th through the 21st. And then we have a November election. You got to get out here and get registered.
And you got to order your ballot.
You got to order your ballot. Early voting. We've been winning a lot. People of color been winning a lot with early voting. That's why the other side
That's why they
changing
don't
the laws.
like it.
That's why they put all this voter suppression.
But you know
out
what?
there.
We know the car could break down. We know the babysitter could get sick. But if your vote is in, the mail, nothing can stop it.
Right. Get this vote by mail, supervise the election, votehillsborough.org. I want to say, Angela, my first inaugural show as your co-host has been exciting.
I know. It's only
And
going
next-
to get better
it's
from
gonna-
here.
Right. And we'll have some more exciting guests next week. And I want to say thank you for believing in me, and thank DJ CEO for having me
Also
here.
known as
I'm
Daryl
excited.
Johnson and Tammy Johnson, the founders of In Touch News.
And In Touch Radio. We in there.
Yeah.
We're excited.
We're excited.
So it's on you. What you got to say to our listeners before you go? I want to say, call me, 813-787-6652, sponsorship opportunities.
813-476-4837 if you want to talk to a good candidate or the Medicare lady.
Ow! I love it.